Hi everyone, I'm Joey Gonzalez, bringing you another episode of Ag Stories about the people in agriculture. Hardworking people who weave the fabric of our good health. It's been said that we live in the land of plenty. Well, there's a lot of truth to that. But how many people really realize that the reason for this land of plenty are the ranchers, farmers, and dairymen and women? They're the lifeblood of our food source. Without them, we have nothing. Today, I'd like for you to meet the Gurman family, whose dedication to family, education, and a strong foundation through 4-H shows their commitment to their passion, emotion, and responsibilities.
I grew up here where we live, and our local 4-H club was very active in the community, and I liked what they did, even though I was never actually a member of that community until as an adult. And so when Jackie said, oh, the kids need to sign up for 4-H, it was a no-brainer.
I was a 4-H'er as a child, and our family showed dairy cattle. My parents had a dairy farm. And so when Patrick was old enough to join 4-H, I thought, oh, this is good. He can get showing. But it led us so far from the showing part. It's just led us so amazingly out. And what my kids have been able to do and what I have been able to do, and Andy, it's been fabulous.
I joined 4-H when I was 9 years old. That's the average age for a member. You can join when you're younger, but to be a full-time enrolled member, you join when you're 9. And I was in 4-H the entire time you could be, so from 9 to 19 years old, or about a year after you graduate from high school. So I was in the Dairy Project, I showed heifers at the fair, and I was also in leadership, citizenship projects. Those were my 3 main things. And so now I've aged out, as they call it in 4-H. I'm beyond the age where you can be a member, but I've come back and now I'm a 4-H leader.
4-H is a youth development organization focused on teaching civic engagement, positive youth development, and a sense of community where youth can be involved in a multitude of projects ranging from garbage upcycled art to livestock projects. And so through these projects, they can learn more about the people around them, the community around them, and how to best serve them through their skill set.
I've been involved in 4-H since I was the age of 5, and so I was a younger primary member, and then I moved on to becoming a full member, and I showed rabbits and I showed dairy cattle. But I didn't realize that 4-H also had a whole other realm involved in it. So I've also become involved in the public speaking and the leadership aspect, and this next year I'm going to serve as the president for my 4-H club. So 4-H has really been an opportunity for me to learn leadership and how to work with others, how to work in a team, and how to be confident in myself and to try new things I never would have before.
And also it's an opportunity for people who are in agriculture to realize there's so much more opportunities that 4-H offers, like leadership and citizenship opportunities, visiting the state capitol, talking to congressmen about agriculture, or even helping out in a community larger than, say, their own club, which is only in a small area.
Well, this last April, I was able to participate in the National 4-H Conference, and so I was one of 5 4-Hers from California who sent a delegation to the conference in Washington, D.C. And we were able to go to Congress. My group, I was in a group of 16 students, and we were called the Future of Agriculture. And so we discussed the whole week during the conference the future of agriculture, where we thought it was going. And we collaborated with interns from the House of Representatives, and they really told us that they wanted to know about our personal experience with agriculture. And so when we got to Congress, we testified in a formal hearing before the Subcommittee of Agriculture and Biotechnology before the House of Representatives. And I got to talk to them about just growing up on a dairy and having dairy visits, and how much it meant to me and how much it has inspired me to go out and tell the story of agriculture to everyone.
Through this, I've learned the importance of informing people about agriculture while they're young, so as to cultivate early understanding and support, bridging the gap between consumers and producers.
I was a roundtable facilitator this past April, and I helped lead 16 youth from across the nation, including Canada and Puerto Rico, on a topic. And so we talked about water conservation and worked with the Smithsonian Waterways Group. And just the whole point of 4-H is to think globally but act locally. And so that's something that I'm really passionate about, and I hope that I can share with other youth who are involved in 4-H.
Well, start at the local the regional, going to state, even national activities where they've been involved in so many different things that it's something that we can't hardly do without. Patrick, he was always kind of on the quiet side, and so now, through his exposure, through his practice, through all the time he spent dealing with 4-H and relating to people, now he's a public speaking leader, which is kind of baffling to me because I never would have guessed that public speaking would be his thing. And Dominique, she ended up being involved in the ambassador program and going to national conference where she deals with 4-Hers from all over the United States. And Gabriela, my youngest one, she's been involved where she went to Washington and testified before Congress as a part of a 4-H roundtable discussion. Just them being involved led them to so much exposure that they were able to figure out, kind of an idea, kind of a game plan of their life in the future. Even though it may change, it may or may not involve 4-H, but they were involved in 4-H, and that was a big part of their upbringing.
Working with my family is something that's very special for me, going outside with my brother and my sister, and being able to be outside and enjoy the outdoors, but also be productive as well.
It's made me realize how important everyone's job is. Everyone might not be doing the same thing, but they all play an important role, just like anything in life. If you're working with a group of people, everyone has an important job, and if they all do their part, everything runs smoothly.
Working with my family has always been a pleasure. We always know that we can count on each other in order to get a job done. And it's really great because my family is held together by the dairy. The dairy is something that we all have in common. We can always all feed calves on Sunday afternoon together. And it's really great to have that home base, that common ground in order to come back to.
It's a lifestyle. It's not a job. It's really our life. And there's pride that comes in being a producer and feeding others. There's a pride in that. Business is important, but our faith, then our family, those are the two main important things in our life.
We do it together, we spend time together, we listen to each other, we bounce things off each other. It's just something that it's part of our daily life.
Hardworking people who instill that work ethic in their children. Dairymen and women who truly weave the fabric of our good health. Again, thanks for watching. I'm Joey Gonzalez with Ag Stories. And remember, a little dirt on your hands is a good thing.